What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the North Shore 9 postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm Jim. With me tonight is Neil. Neil, we're giving away some sandwiches again. How about that?
We are. Again, like the third time this week. That hasn't happened in ages.
You love to see it. You all know the drill, right? Hashtag raise it in the comments. Puts you in a drawing for 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches following every Pirates win. And today, the Pirates start off this 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins with a 3-0 victory. Excellent pitching on both sides, really. Joe Ryan was great for the Twins. Mitch Keller was
so good. I felt bad for him tonight.
Yeah, Mitch Keller was excellent for the Pirates. The bullpen lined up exactly how you want to see it. Timely hitting by the offense and a couple balls hit over the fence. Yeah. So when you put all those things together, this was a pretty well drawn up win.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day for Legitsburg, I gotta say.
I was gonna say it was a very good day for So. This game was on Apple TV, right? And we want to start off with, because I did actually want to talk about the broadcast a little bit. So here's the thing with being a Pirates fan, right? Like, we don't get a lot of opportunities to watch the Pirates play on national television. And it's mostly because, the Pirates haven't been worth putting on national television very often.
That's true.
And we always complain as fans, like, hey, when are we going to get the love? When are we going to get these national TV games? When are we going to be, when are we going to get these types of games? And yeah, Apple TV, it's like the redheaded stepchild of national TV games. Like, it's technically one, but like,
I don't count this at all. Like,
you got to have a login to watch the game. Like, you can't just turn on a TV and watch this game. But it's along those same lines, right? Like, it's a national TV game. It's a national broadcasting crew. The broadcast is just different, right? Like, I mean, when we watch the Pirates on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, it's people who watch the Pirates for 160 plus games a year. They're broadcasting specifically for an audience of Pittsburgh Pirates fans. And so when you get these national broadcasts, these guys haven't watched the Pirates this year. They know who they are, right? And they're not broadcasting the game for us as Pirates fans. Like, we're not the audience. No. We're part of the audience, but we're not the audience. So you get some weird stuff that ends up happening with these broadcasts. And Legitsburg is one of them. I think at one point he said, like, when you're in the Iron City, and I was like, no one's ever said that before.
No, it's like he put like AI, tell him some things about Pittsburgh through like AI, and that's the stuff that AI came up with. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And I never want to hear them do that again. I'll be completely honest. Like, that was horrible. It was. And I get it. Like, you're right. They are doing it for a national broadcast, right? Like, they're doing it, but get your basic facts right. I think at one point they said did Derek Shelton get ejected? Or were they calling the Twins like bench coach Derek Shelton?
No,
like,
the Twins bench coach, I think his name was like Derek Chauhan, or it was like real close. It wasn't the same, but yeah. Let's here, before we go any further though, just one real quick. BetOnline is your number one source for the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals this season. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the game are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of go along with it, I feel like these national games sometimes, it's almost like you're just listening to a 2.5 hour long podcast,
Mm-hmm. They would
sort
not
of,
shut
and
up. They would
which
not.
is which is fine, I guess, if that's what you're wanting to watch. But yeah, it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of like just your stereotypical stuff. Like, oh, look, let's talk about Pittsburgh for 10 seconds. So you just throw in like every stereotypical Pittsburgh adjective there is, the hard-nosed blue-collar town. And it's like, well, maybe it was 40 years ago, but it's not exactly the same as it was
No,
back.
it's not. I mean,
Uh,
if you got like an experienced broadcast booth in there, it would be great. Like I was pining. I don't like him, but I was pining for Joe Buck. Just have some silence and a guy who knows what he's doing, because these guys don't know how to call a baseball game, and it was constant talking, constant boring interviews too. And I listened to half the broadcast on mute because I couldn't take it.
I'm just not a fan of like in-game interviews in general.
No.
I don't like it when you interview the coaches, the managers. I don't like it when you interview the players. First off, like the interview with Skeens, right? It was great, but it was just a bunch of fluff. Like we didn't learn anything from that interview.
It was boring. I mean,
It was
Skeens is not a good interview.
Skeens is a boring guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, talk about how much you love serving this country, and like, well,
yeah. I mean, and like
that.
In spring training, I'm okay with it because spring training is all about like stories and like people getting together, what changes. Like, I think that's fun, and I think those broadcasts are good. But man, yeah, I just wanted people who actually call baseball games for a living tonight.
Yeah, I'll say this. So it was like towards the 7th or 8th inning. It was the end of the game. So guys watching, if you're watching for future reference on Apple TV broadcasts, if you click audio settings, you can change it to the local radio broadcast. And so that's what I did. Like in the 7th inning, and shout out to Platinum Key on Twitter for this. I just went in there, updated, boom, Pirates radio, and then all of a sudden I had the Pirates radio broadcast.
Okay, that's
and it was
good
synced up perfectly. So for future reference, if we ever have another Apple TV game like this, you can just listen to the Pirates broadcasters. It's probably going to be more enjoyable for you.
That's actually good to know because I had no idea. But
all right. Well, do we want to get into the game?
Yeah, let's get into the actual game. Let's talk about something.
Let's get into the game. Let's talk about Mitch Keller, Neil. 6 innings, no runs, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits. He's won 6 straight starts now. 6 straight starts going back to May 6th. Going back to May 6th, 6 straight wins by Mitch Keller. He's gone at least 6 innings every single time. He hasn't given up more than two runs in any of those starts. His ERA, when he took the mound on May 6th, was 5.18. And as it currently sits, 3.16. So he's lowered that ERA 2 full points over the last 6 starts. He's been incredible.
He has been. And it was a nice effort tonight. Like from the defense too. The defense picked him up a little bit. But no, he was filthy tonight. 8 strikeouts, I believe. Was it 8?
Yep, 8 strikeouts.
8 strikeouts. And I think only 3 hard hit balls the whole night from Mitch. Like, I think he was unlucky to give up 7 hits tonight. The Twins had some good situational hitting, but I think he was unlucky tonight. He didn't even give up a run.
I mean, he was outstanding. And I want to take, there was two specific moments in this game for him. One of them was right off the bat in the first inning. Like he gives up the leadoff double to Trevor Larnach. He walks Carlos Correa. So right off the bat, first and second, nobody out. And you're like, let's see what he does here. If he can get out of this inning, give it up just 1 run, we'll take it.
Yeah.
He gets Royce Lewis to fly out. and then he strikes out Kepler, strikes out Ryan Jeffers. So the strikeout pitch working for him early on, got him out of that first jam in the first inning. And then from that point on, cruise control, 1, 2, 3 second, only gives up 1 hit in the third, 1 hit in the fourth. It was an infield single. The fifth inning, again, getting into a little bit of trouble. Walk, single, infield single, loads the bases, 1 out. At this point, it's a 2-0 Pirates lead. So like this game it's a tight game. Keller's been pitching great. Royce Lewis, Max Kepler due up with the bases loaded. Strikes out Lewis, strikes out Kepler, gets out of the inning. That right there, I think, was the turning point of the game. Like once he did that and shut the door in the fifth inning there, I was like, we got this.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I mean, that I don't think I've seen the sweeper be that good tonight. The rest of the season, like how nasty that sweeper was, getting Royce Lewis on a pitch like a foot outside the strike zone, getting Max Kepler the strikeout on a ball that hits him with the sweeper. Like that was it was filthy tonight.
I always love it when major league hitters strike out on pitches that hit them. It's one of my favorite things to see because like these are guys getting paid millions of dollars to hit a baseball. And when you get hit by a pitch and you swing at it and that's how you get out, it's almost like whenever you're watching golf and these golfers are so good, but then some guy just like shanks it from like 70 yards out and you're like, hey, that's what I would do if I was out there.
It's a little humanizing.
Yeah, exactly. So I like it. It makes me think, oh, these guys aren't that much different from me. But no, you mentioned that sweeper. It was outstanding tonight. I thought he just looked really good all around. He was getting swings and misses, 13 whiffs tonight, 7 on that sweeper, 64% whiff rate on that sweeper tonight. 11 swings, 7 swings and misses.
Yeah. No, because he's a fastball pitcher, but when he has that sweeper going and it's really, really hard to hit him when he has both going like the way he did tonight. And I think I even agreed where like even if he gave up 2 runs tonight, I don't think we would be on here complaining or anyone really would be complaining that he went another 6 innings, 2 runs. Like we would have been happy, but he battled. And some good defense. Brian Reynolds was putting his body on the line. He got that nice pick off of Buxton. It was Buxton, right?
That was in the
sixth inning.
Was that 6th inning?
Yeah,
Buxton.
He picked off Buxton. Yep. Like it was a good defensive effort. We weren't doing anything stupid like we were yesterday. We were like inches away from having one of the coolest force outs at second we would have seen all season. No, it was good baseball tonight, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that 6th inning in particular. You mentioned Reynolds getting the runner at second, but the Jeffers line out that he laid out for, that was also in the 6th inning. So, yeah, really good defense. Oneil Cruz made a pretty nice play at shortstop on a backhand in the hole. Nick Gonzalez almost made a couple really nice plays. He was like really close twice. But yeah, I mean, overall, you can't ask for a better defensive effort. You can't ask for a better start from Mitch Keller. There's some comments in here, but like Mitch Keller now, like is Mitch Keller this team's all-star? As of right now, you have to say yes, right?
Probably, because I mean, I would say maybe Jones, but I don't know. Actually, I haven't thought about that too much. I think there's a good case you can get Jones and Keller into the All-Star game at this point.
Yeah,
probably Holder. I think Holderman probably has to go too.
ERA is below 1 for Holderman.
Yeah, he's been consistently money all season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I would not be upset if Keller got another All-Star appearance. He's earned it. So
I mean, he's the other thing too. Like it's not doesn't mean a whole lot in general, but like he's got 8 wins already too. Like he's gonna roll into the All-Star break with 10 wins. Probably, maybe more. And yeah, he's just been outstanding. This might be the best I've seen him pitch over like a 6-game stretch. Like I know last year he was getting like Cy Young,
Mhm.
attention early on in the season, but like he's been dominating lately, and he's been just what you've needed to, because he's been going like when the bullpen's been taxed, and again today he gets you 6 innings when you really really needed 6 innings out of him. You did
Yeah.
not want to go to a middle reliever in this game. Like you wanted
No.
to make sure that you handed this off to Chapman, Holderman, Bednar, and he was able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he did his job, and I was a little worried there in the 5th because like you're sitting there thinking, 5 shutout innings, but you really want 6, and then he goes out for the 6, he gives up a couple base runners. You're like, oh no, like we really just need him to get here because you don't want to bring in Hunter Stratton with runners in scoring position, and he did it. It was like if you bring in their middle reliever, we probably don't keep the shutout, and the Twins have all the momentum going late into the game, so he was huge.
Yeah,
he was huge tonight.
he was. He gives way to Aroldis Chapman, who, hey, I'm the first one to trash Aroldis Chapman when he's not on, but today and recently, he's been on. Like he was on today. He hit 104 again. 1, 2, 3. Like when he's pitching like this, 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts. He threw 11 pitches, 9 of them for strikes. When he's hitting his spots and he's hitting triple digits with these fastballs, like he can't be touched still. It's when he like he does this thing where he randomly will throw fastballs like 93, 94 and forgets how to hit the strike zone. It just all like unravels for him. But nights like tonight when he's on and his stuff is on, he's just as good as he ever was.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because you're
It's
like,
very.
No, he was really, really good, and Twins hitters didn't really have a chance. Like I think he hit 104 at one point, and I thought the broadcast made a mistake. Like, no, I don't understand how, like the highs and lows of Aroldis Chapman, and I knew this is what we signed up for when we signed him.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was cool. I don't want to compliment him too much because he has been bad this year, but today was pretty good.
Today was good. And like I said, the highs and the lows are so weird. He's hitting 104 these last couple outings, but he's also hit 92 before a few times with the same pitch. He's throwing the same pitch, 104 and 92. It's like, what are you doing? Can we get some sort of consistency out of you?
I think that's just the Aroldis Chapman experience. Like that, it's gonna be a roller coaster.
It is. And so today at least was one of the high points of that roller coaster. He gives way to then Colin Holderman, who you mentioned, potential all-star candidate. Colin Holderman, he just does his ho-hum thing, 3 up, 3 down, gets his 9th hold of the year. ERA down to 0.87. He's been incredible.
He has been. And both him and Chapman, no hard hit balls. I'm just surprised that Holderman didn't get a strikeout today. Like that's the most surprising thing for me is that he got 3 balls in play, but they weren't competitive. Like they were very, very comfortable outs. That 7-8-9 was the most comfortable 3 outs I've seen the Pirates pitch in the bullpen at least pitch in a very long time.
Yeah, Bednar too. I mean, he gives up the 1 hit, but not really in trouble. He gets another strikeout too. A couple swings and misses for Bednar today, which he's kind of been lacking that on this really good run he's been on ever since really May turned. Bednar's been really good. So he picks up save number 13 on the year. That ERA, which was in the double digits for a while, it's now down to 5.47. That's now, I want to say, 9 straight scoreless appearances for David Bednar. Yep, I'm counting correctly. So he's on a roll. I think he's back. Like I don't know if there's anything really. The stuff looks good. Like he's pumping 98 with that fastball. He's hitting his spots a little bit better. The splitter looks good. The curveball looks better. He looks like he's his old self again.
Yeah, it's what I've found this year watching guys like Bednar and Jordan Montgomery and Blake Snell is how important spring training is to these guys. And just Bednar not having a sprain, or like Kutch barely playing in some spring training games, like it takes him a little bit to hit the ground running. But no, Bednar's back. I think I've been pounding that drum for a week or two now, but Bednar, I believe in him now. I am at ease when he comes in.
Absolutely. Same here. Shifting gears to the offense. I got in, this is a little behind baseball here. Last night, Cody, who, everybody knows, Cody and Tyler are in our group chat, and they're just they're getting on Oneil Cruz, saying he's no good, basically. And here's the deal. I think Oneil Cruz could be better. I would love it if Oneil Cruz was better. But like right after they start arguing about how he needs to be better, he hits just a moonshot into the Allegheny River last night. First at bat today against Joe Ryan, who's a very good pitcher. Just a nuke into right field. His 9th homer of the year. Back-to-back at bats with a homer for Cruz. He also had just a hell of a plate appearance his second time up today, where he got down 0-2, worked the count, drew the walk. The guy is playing really good baseball at the plate right now. You all can say that he's being inconsistent, but like in May, 820 OPS, and in going into today, 857 in his 3 games in June. That OPS is now over 900 for the month. Like, I don't know where people are coming from with this, like Oneil Cruz is like one of the problems on this team, because he's not, guys. He's not. He's probably the second best hitter. Like if you would say that, like Connor Joe say number 1, Oneil Cruz number 2. You can throw Nick Gonzalez in there too. It's been 3 really, really good weeks for him. But
I mean, so the problem is like I'm kind of like in the middle here, where like I don't think he's been a problem, but like there also needs to be more from him, because like going into last night, it had been a long time since he hit a home run. For some reason, his home and away splits are like rookie Jack Sawinski, where like he is killing the ball at home, and on the road he's been bad. And I think coming into last night, it had been like a couple weeks of really bad baseball from him after like a really, really hot start in May. And it's not fair. But, Cruz, I think I said this last night, Cruz has to be more than just fine. Cruz, again, he's not a problem, but when you're a former top 5 prospect in baseball, you are supposed to be the mutant shortstop who can hit nukes into the river without hopping. Like, the Pirates need that star power, right? So he was really good tonight. I have 0 complaints about Oneil Cruz tonight. Like, he looked great at the plate. He looked comfortable, but you need to see more from Cruz. I don't think that's not true,
So here's my take on it, right? And I agree. Like, you want Oneil Cruz to be a monster. I think it's also really important to realize that, 1, he missed all of last year. 2, he still hasn't played a full season of baseball. Today was his 155th career game. He does not have a season worth of games under his belt. He hit his 28th career homer today. Like, he's been a far above average hitter, throughout his career. And again, his career is less than 1 season long. So I think it's just we get hung up because he was called up in 2021. So like, we've seen him at the major league level for a long time, but because of that missed year, because of that manipulation that happened in 2022, where we didn't see him until the second half, like, he's still, you guys got to realize, like, he hasn't played a full season of baseball yet. Again, today was his 155th game, and it was his 28th homer. Like, if we're talking about a guy who gets called up, plays shortstop, plays it not great, but he's fine. He's fine at shortstop. Right?
I'll interject there. His range, we used to be like at -9 on Baseball Savant, like first percentile or whatever. It's now like improved to like -2 in like the 40th percentile. So that the defense is getting better. Like, I understand the errors are frustrating. I like him at shortstop a lot. I like his range. I like his arm speed. No, and I always preface this by saying like it's not really fair, right? Because like it's more that because he's 25 and the Pirates just don't have the pieces or the money to spend, the team needs him to be that star. You know what I mean? And so I don't really have a problem with him. I think he's been pretty darn good, all things considered, this year. But we do need to see that next step forward. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think my stance is like you just sometimes need to be a little patient because, like, again, like Donardo puts in the comments here, 155 games played, 28 homers, 85 RBIs, 18 stolen bases. That is a hell of 155 games to start your career. And I just want people to realize that, like, this isn't like Oneil Cruz is not a liability.
No,
like
I would never call him a liability.
Okay.
Like I really don't. That's where I think I fall in the middle. Like, you know, like Cody and Tyler were very much like, this guy sucks, and like you guys are like, everything's fine. When I don't know, like you need to. I do think you need to see more because he's only been about a league average hitter by OPS plus or WRC plus, and I want to see
above. He's been above average, but no, I just wanted to get that out there. But he plays a huge part in today's win. He, like I said, made a good play in the hole at short today. The home run got the offense going. Nick Gonzalez, again, you can't. I don't know how many times we can go on here and say good things about Nick Gonzalez. He comes through again with runners in scoring position with a sacrifice fly. RBI machine, 23 RBIs now for Nick Gonzalez through. I think today was his 25th game. So like he's basically driving in a run per game at this point, which is outstanding.
I mean, he was inches. Like I feel like he barely just missed that baseball. I feel like if like he has got to hit a little bit, barreled up a little bit more, that's a grand slam.
Yep.
But I'm not complaining. You know, another RBI. And like we only had 3 hits tonight or 4 hits. And usually I'd be upset by that, but Joe Ryan was just dealing tonight too. I think I said this like when I was on the game with Glass when we played against Glass. Now sometimes you just got to be like, the other guy was awesome, and Joe Ryan pitched a really good game tonight.
So that's 2 out of the last 4 games have just been outstanding pitching duels. Like that game against the Dodgers, that Jones Glasnow game, those were just 2 dudes dominating lineups, right? And today was really the same. It was Keller dominating, and it was Joe Ryan dominating, and Keller was just better. Keller was a little bit better than Joe Ryan. Ryan made that. It was a mistake pitch he made to Oneil Cruz, and Cruz made him pay for it. And that ended up being the difference maker. Pirates add on a insurance run in the 8th as well on Connor Joe's 7th homer of the year. So he hopefully can get back on track. He's been slumping a little bit here as of late as he's been kind of pressed into more and more playing time. But that was good to see.
It was a great home run off a righty too. And it was no doubter.
Homer in 30 out of 30 ballparks.
Like he's I think this that you're saying on broadcast is like his best offensive season of his career. You know, it's hard to complain about a guy who we got for nothing having an 800 OPS through June. You know?
Yeah. Like he's been outstanding. It was Connor. Connor said the other day, Connor Williams from Bucks Dugout, like, where would this team be at without Connor Joe? Like, that's a question you can ask. Like, this team would be in trouble without Connor Joe. So
yeah, I'm not sure that's a good thing, but he's also.
I don't know if that's a good. Yeah, I don't know. If
he's also just been very good.
Yeah. Again, guys, make sure you get your hashtag raise it in the comments here. Appreciate all you guys. We're up to 79 entries. Let's get that bumped up to around 90 or so before we draw it here in just a couple minutes. While we're talking about the good stuff, for some reason the chat really wants to talk about the bad stuff. There are 2 people here I just want to mention. Brian Hayes needs to be better. A terrible game at the plate today. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. He's just reverting back to his old self, and it's frustrating because we saw what he did last year in that second half, and we're just seeing 0 signs of any of that this year. So like he needs to get back on track. And then I also just want to mention like Henry Davis, since being called. I mean, it's been 3 games, but he looks just as terrible this time around as last time around. It's 3 games, so like I'm not here to say like, you know, he's a bust, right? Because it's 3 games. But he needs to start playing better. He's not going to get that many more chances to prove that he's a major leaguer, at least right now.
He looks so hopeless against velocity. I don't understand what happened. Yep. And like, you know, it just sucks because like if my confidence level when I see him come to bat, he's at Rowdy Tellez level right now. I am about as confident in him getting a hit as I am in Rowdy Tellez. And he was miserable tonight. And
that's saying something.
Yeah, like it is saying, like, you know, Hayes is. There are levels to this because, like, you know, Hayes has been disappointing this year, but he's the best defensive player in baseball. Henry Davis is not that guy. He's not that great defense. I thought he actually caught a pretty good game tonight. I think he stole some strikes.
Grandal was behind the plate tonight.
Was it Grandal? Oh, right. Darn. That's right. Because Davis was. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Davis was DHing. My bad. I just assumed. But, there's nothing redeemable about Henry's hit bat.
I can't say a single good thing about Henry Davis offensively right now. I'll say this, like catching wise, he's better than I think we were led on to believe. Like he's serviceable back there, right?
Yeah.
But offensively, terrible, just absolutely terrible. Like he's got to start showing some sort of sign of life.
Mm-hmm. Why are we? Again, why is Shelton even being brought up? He didn't do anything tonight. He had no decisions to make. Why are we yelling about Shelton in chat right now?
Yeah, no issues with Shelton tonight. I thought he managed a good game. So, all right, let's.
It was kind of just like autopilot. All he had to do was plug in his 3 best relievers. You know, it wasn't very hard.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty easily set up for him. So, all right, guys. Well, we are at 80 entries for the sandwich giveaway. Go ahead. I'm going to give you all a 30-second warning to get in your last hashtag raise it's. While we are giving you those 30 seconds, make sure you like the video. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video. If you're listening to this on the podcast, leave a review. You know, that'd be cool. We appreciate all of you guys for watching and listening. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll get the membership stuff figured out here soon. YouTube's being a little weird there, but we'll figure that out here soon for you guys. But yeah, hashtag raise it. I'll give you 5 more seconds. We're up to 82 entries. All right, let's go give away 2 sandwiches. Good luck, everybody. And drum roll, please.
Again.
Yeah, we're not doing this. So Doug, you are not eligible. As a member of North Shore 9, Doug, you are not eligible. So we're going to go ahead and hit the draw again button. Jeez, Doug. Ridiculous.
We're really good at making this look not rigged.
There we go. All right. David Ray. Congratulations, David Ray. That's a new winner. David Ray's never won. So David, congrats. You just won 2 free Primanti Brother sandwiches. Make sure you send us your information via DM, either on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever your preferred social media platform is. Send that to North Shore 9, or you can email us at northshore9@gmail.com. But yeah, congratulations, David. Good stuff.
Congratulations,
sandwiches.
Man.
Yeah. All right, you got any?
Doug, stop trying to win. You don't even have Primantis in Alabama.
Yeah. Geez, Doug, not eligible. All right. Anything else you want to add here, Neil? No,
I'm good. We talked about everything. It was a good day. It was a good day of Pirates baseball.
It really was. They improved to 30-33 on the season. Again, 3-0 win. Mitch Keller goes to 8-3, his 6th straight win on the mound. Pirates play the Twins again tomorrow. Simeon Woods Richardson starts for the Twins. against TBD for the Pirates. I would imagine that tomorrow is going to be Luis Ortiz. That would be my guess.
Yeah,
probably more of a bullpen game. See if you can get 3 or 4 innings out of Ortiz and then just piece it together. So that's what I would expect to see. But other than that, we'll be back here tomorrow with the post-game show, hopefully giving away more sandwiches. But
do we
appreciate
plug the tailgate one more time before we head out, because the tailgate's coming up.
Let's do it. June 22nd, RSVP, NS9 tailgate at PNC Park. It's Andrew McCutcheon bobblehead day, so you should come to the ballpark anyways. Just show up a few hours earlier, and then you get free Primanti brothers just for showing up, and you get to hang out with Neil. Go come say hi to Neil.
You can see my dreamy eyes in person.
Yes, exactly. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We appreciate you all. We'll catch you later.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.